certain counties. There's particularly some really close races and some hot topics. And I just hope that people will get out and cast their vote and at least be heard. Don't sit back and say, yeah, maybe I could have made a difference, maybe I couldn't have, but you did what you could if you get out there and vote.
Absolutely. And that'll do it, folks. That's your ballot for tomorrow's primary election. Again, tune in here, WCLU, for all the details. 6:26 a.m., 66 degrees.
Hi, I'm Helena Chase Birdwell. I was raised right here in Barron County, and generations of my roots grow deep here. I have spent my career serving people in local, state, and federal government offices, and I want to continue that by serving you, the people of Barron County, as your next Barron County clerk. If elected, I will bring fresh ideas to the office while continuing the excellent work the office already does. On May 22nd, I need your support. Vote Helena Chase Birdwell for Barron County Clerk.
The University
FDIC.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. One man is dead after an officer-involved shooting in Harlan County. It happened Sunday afternoon in the Baxter community. Kentucky State Police troopers were responding to a complaint at a residence on Country Estates Road. KSP PIO Lloyd Cochran tells WIMT that 36-year-old Bradley Grant began running from officers.
Once he saw troopers pull in the driveway, Mr. Grant then fled on foot inside the residence, at which time both troopers pursued Mr. Grant inside the residence. That's when they encountered him.
Grant then confronted officers with a shotgun. Troopers fired back. Grant was pronounced dead at the hospital. The officers involved were placed on administrative leave. A Gallatin County man is facing charges in Louisville after police said he tried to strangle an officer. Kenneth Beach is accused of running away after a Sunday morning hit-and-run crash on Slevin Street. An officer tried to stop Beach. Beach then allegedly grabbed the officer by the throat and tried to strangle him. He faces several charges, including assault of a police officer, wanton endangerment, and drug trafficking. Planes are once again flying in and out of Lexington Bluegrass Airport after a weekend weather-related accident. A Delta Airlines flight skidded off a runway on Saturday. Bluegrass managers say rain is likely to blame. Eric Frankel, the executive director of Bluegrass Airport, says no one was hurt.
Veered off into the grass here. It's a level, it's flat. It allowed us to get to the passengers easily.
The accident forced cancellations and delays for the rest of the day. And Fort Campbell's 101st Combat Aviation Brigade is preparing for deployment to Afghanistan. They'll hold a color casing ceremony at the Army post. The casing of the colors is an Army tradition that represents movement of the brigade to a new location. The ceremony will take place at 11 a.m. Wednesday at Fort Campbell. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hey, Swamp Fox, this is Fat Cat. You got your ears on? Come back. Yo, Fat Cat, I'm over here at exit 33 having a burger and fries. Why don't you join me? Swamp Cat, I'm about to pass exit 33 right now. Move out of the way, Grandma. The speed limit's 70.
Protect yourself and your passengers by learning how to share the road with smaller vehicles. The Ticketing Aggressive Cars and Trucks campaign is being enforced statewide, so pay attention. Don't be distracted. Brought to you by the Kentucky State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Branch.
August 13th, 2014, the day a car turned into my lane, changed my life forever. My name's Mike Jones. I was riding my motorcycle when I was hit, thrown in the air, and landed on my head. My helmet prevented head trauma, but I had a broken pelvis and leg and a totaled knee, all which required surgery. After 2 weeks in the hospital, 2 weeks in rehab, and months of home rehab, I got back to walking in 2016. My story is a reminder to drivers and riders. Pay attention, wear safety gear, and know your life can change in just one turn.
A reminder from the Kentucky...
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Local news time for WCLU is 6:30. We have 67 degrees. In area funeral announcements this hour, Charles Lynn Medley, age 63, of Cave City, died Saturday at Caverna Medical Center. He was a Barron County native and a maintenance tech for Sun Products, Hinkle. He He was a big UK fan. He enjoyed the outdoors and was an avid fisherman. He is survived by his wife, Susie Medley, 4 children, Amy McCandless of Lucas, Jonathan Medley of Austin, Sheena Link, and Nina Thompson, both of Owensboro. 5 sisters, Brenda, Shirley, Nelda, Linda, and Sheila. 16 grandchildren and several nieces and nephews and a host of friends. Services for Charles Lynn Medley will be held at 1 o'clock tomorrow at Wynn Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Cave City Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 3 p.m. Reverend William D. Billy Barlow, age 84, of Summershade, died Friday at Signature Rehab and Wellness Center. He was very active in his church and community. He was a pastor at the Summershade Missionary Baptist Church for 9 years and was currently one of the associate ministers. He was the past owner of Billy Electric and Plumbing Company, co-coordinator of the summer youth program at Summershade Elementary School, and ball games at the ballpark. He started the CB Club and the Rescue Squad. He was a bus driver for 20 years, a Metcalfe County deputy, a Metcalfe County constable for 44 years. He received several certificates and recognition from various people and organizations. He was also in the U.S. Air Force, serving 4 years and 4 years in the reserves. He made Airman Second Class and was honorably discharged January the 31st of 1960. He is survived by 3 children, Thelma Stockton of Glasgow, Eva Webb of Michigan, and Tommy Muncie of Horse Cave, a sister, Joyce Driver of Glasgow, 3 brothers, Fred Barlow of Glasgow, Leroyce Barlow, and Tim Barlow, both of Edmonton, special friend Jenna Marie Selby, 6 grandchildren, 8 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild, numerous nieces, nephews, and a multitude of friends and acquaintances. Funeral services for Reverend William D. Billy Barlow will be at 1 o'clock today at the Summershade Missionary Baptist Church. Burial will be in the Trinity Lane Cemetery. Visitation today from 8 until time for service at the church. Memorials can be made to the Summershade Missionary Baptist Church for their youth class. McMurtry Funeral Home is in charge. Services for Eston David Buddy Worth, age 71, of Cub Run, will be held at 11 o'clock this morning in the chapel of the Seagull Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Wilkerson Temple Cemetery. Memorial contributions may be given to the Disabled American Veterans of Glasgow. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online, WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
I'm Larry Hammer, Republican candidate for Barron County Clerk. On May 22nd, the voters of Barron County have an important decision to make. For the first time since 1966, someone will be your clerk who has not worked or trained in that office. I ask that you go vote, but when you go vote, be diligent regarding the qualifications of the person you're voting for. I know how that office functions. I am the qualified candidate. On May 22nd, vote number 1, Larry Hammer, the right choice for Barron County Clerk.
Before and authorized by Larry Hammer for County Clerk.
Have that in mind at Jeff's Country Florists and Gifts. Call them at 651-3575.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic, and that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart.
67 degrees, 6:35 now, WCLU. Let's turn to local sports. Postseason play begins today for high school softball and baseball. In the 15th District Softball Tournament semifinals at Barron County High School, top-seeded Allen County Scottsville takes on Monroe County at 5 o'clock. That'll be followed by number 2 seed Barron County going up against Glasgow at 7 p.m. Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune will have the live coverage of the Barron County-Glasgow game at about 6:55 tonight on 1490 WCLU and online at playwclu.com. The softball district semifinals today in the 18th District at Hart County High School. Caverna faces Greene County, and Hart County plays LaRue County. And in the 16th District at Clinton County High School, Metcalfe County takes on Clinton County. In baseball today, in the 15th District semifinals at Barron County High School, Allen County Scottsville goes up against Barron County. In the 18th District at Hart County High School, Caverna takes on LaRue County, and Hart County plays Greene County. In the 12th District at Grayson County High School, Edmondson County faces off against Whitesville Trinity. And in the 16th District at Clinton County High School, Metcalfe County squares off against Cumberland County. Of course, we'll have the scores for you and a lot more as postseason play begins. And that's a check of local sports.
Future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Steak.
All right.
Chicken, too.
Sorry about that. Got to get the chicken in there for sure. We also got to get the weather forecast in here this morning as we look at the way things are shaping up weather-wise. And after I guess it looked a lot rainier than what the rain gauge says. We'll talk about that as a part of Jeff Eno's forecast here.
Doesn't look like we should see any kind of widespread severe weather with any of the scattered showers and storms on this Monday, but some of the stronger storms could produce some locally heavy rain, gusty winds, and we are headed up to the low to mid-80s. Tonight, any scattered showers and storms should be isolated to the early part of the night. Overnight low falls back to the mid to upper 60s. Look for those showers and thunderstorms. Again, scattered variety 4-hour Tuesday and especially early. Afternoon high, low to mid 80s. Any showers on Wednesday should end by midday. Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. We had about 1/1600ths of an inch of rain in the bucket from, it was all before midnight, 0.16, and it kind of bumbled through here. Winds out of the southeast at 3 miles an hour, humidity at 95%, pressures at 30.09 this morning. I did note that the more rainfall came on Friday night, about 4,500ths on Friday night, but then we took the day off on Saturday, and then last night we got about 1,600ths. That's where we are. 67 degrees at 6:39 at WCLU.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
All right, Ralphie's Fun Center. What do they do at Ralphie's? They have fun. That's what they do. And they love to celebrate birthdays, too, and help folks enjoy such things as birthday celebrations. All right, let me get over here and tell you about our birthday honorees today. First of all, we have a gongaree over here, but I've lost the gong. It'll take me a minute to find the gong here. All these computer restarts in the middle of the night thing. You ever have that trouble? Well, we have Victor Silvestri. Victor is having a birthday today. Joseph Smith, I owe you a gong, and I'm going to provide that gong here just in a second. It's a biggie. It's a 30 gong for Joseph D. Smith today. Billy Gray, happy birthday to you, sir. And not only happy birthday to you, but happy anniversary to you and your bride, Tommy Gray. It's Billy and Tommy Gray and number 63 today. Can you beat that? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, we're here at WCLUradio.com. We'll look forward to sharing birthdays and anniversaries. We're ready for you here at WCLU. We have archives coming up. Hack Witty.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Vital role in our community. Phillips IGA in Hinesville is honored to be named the 2018.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I've got this gong warmed up over here. First of all, let me sound the 30 gong. Let me do it this way then. I've got to get this gong on here because I got some special folks that need to get it. Here we go. It's the 30 gong for Joseph D. Smith. Happy 30th birthday to Joseph D. Smith. Now I've got a 60 gong here, the big 6-0. Going out to Maureen Napier. Happy 60th birthday to Ms. Maureen Napier today. We also have Michael Paul Allen. Happy birthday to Michael Paul Allen, better known as Mike Allen. I think somebody mentioned that fact. And then we've got quite the anniversary here for a really nice couple. It is the 72nd anniversary for Clyde and Ramona Martin. Now, that is absolutely special. Clyde and Ramona Martin with their 72nd wedding anniversary. Hope Mr. Clyde and Miss Ramona have a wonderful 72nd wedding anniversary today. Now, also I have Barry T. Garrett. I better write that down, too, on the right piece of paper here. Barry T. Garrett has a birthday today. All right. Who is that snorting at me? What? No, it's not. Okay. All right. I thought maybe it was like somebody wanting to jump in here and say something.
It was me. I'm up here dying.
Okay, of what?
Of my foot.
Oh, okay, that's right, of your foot. Well, we don't want you to tear.
I am. I'm trying to go out there. I tear up every time I move my foot.
Well, we don't want that.
No, it's not a good thing.
Do you have shoes on?
No, I have one shoe on.
Okay.
The folks that don't know, I stepped on a nail. I didn't graze a nail. Yeah, I didn't like bump up against this nail.
No, it.
I stepped all the way down on the nail.
Yeah, and as you were describing it to me, what is the chilling fact of that?
That the FCC can't let me say what it really felt like?
No, not that fact.
What was the fact?
The fact that it came all the way through.
It did. It popped all the way through. That felt really good, folks. I will, yeah. Then I got to pull it back out, which was a lot of fun.
You have just freaked everybody out here in thinking about that.
Speaking about freaking out, I tell you what, Henry, you know, when I had that marvelous woman that made me the strawberry pie.
Yeah.
Or strawberry cake. Strawberry shortcake.
Right.
If she wasn't married, I would propose. It is that good.
That is good.
So it definitely made up for the snake skin in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And she can bring that by anytime she wants to.
What, the snake skin?
No, the strawberry shortcake.
Okay. Well,
not the snake skin. Are you crazy?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to follow along right here. Actually, I'm still looking for the theme song to the archives. You know, these overnight computer updates.
Well, here's what's up. If somebody doesn't know the theme to the archives by now, we'll just tell them, here's what the theme would have been.
Here's what it sounds like.
There you go.
It's a trip down memory lane.
It is a trip down
We
memory lane.
learn a lot about ourselves.
I think we do.
We plan for the future.
Right.
And this particular visit down memory lane is brought to you today by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. Mighty fine folks who do a good job every day of keeping everything running smooth and figuring out how things can run better.
Right.
We'll hear this from Joseph A. Wade, and then we'll go down memory lane.
One of the realities of old man winter is things need repairing. But when spring comes, don't be in a rush to get your agricultural or industrial equipment back up and running. Call Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services today and get those repairs done before spring. And even if you have a smaller operation or you just need some odds and ends for your home repairs, Joseph A. Wade is here to meet those needs as well. Joseph A. Wade is located on Industrial Drive in Glasgow, family owned and operated since 1985. A Right Tool distributor.
Okay, 100 years ago, this was what was happening. This is in 1918, the Glasgow Republican.
Okay.
This is a pretty classy headline here, okay?
Okay.
Death calls B.G. Dickinson. Passing of one of Glasgow's best citizens.
That's a terrible headline.
After a long illness.
Because that, like that, you know.
Well, that's one way to get into it.
Well, that implies you could, not answer the call.
Well, here's the story. It is a sad duty we have of recording the death of Mr. Bartlett Graves Dickinson, which occurred at his home on Washington Street last Saturday, after a lingering illness of several months. He was 29 years of age, born and reared in Glasgow. He was the son of the late Mr. William Dickinson. He belonged to one of the oldest and best-known families in the county. Early in life, he was married to Miss Leila Rogers, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joe U. Rogers. She survives, as do 7 children, varying in age from 1 to 16 years. What about that? And to be only 29 years of age.
I'm trying to tell you.
Death calls B.G. Dickinson.
Terrible.
In 1918.
I still don't like the way they put it.
Well, no, but it's kind of neat the way that they decided, well, we're not going to shock you. We're just going to ease into it.
I mean, I think that's not easing into it. to me, that's shocking. It's like saying, why'd they pick up the phone?
All right. In 1918, how many phones were we picking up
I'm just
around
saying.
here?
I'm just saying. Why'd you let the caller in? I'm just saying.
1928. Let's deal with some more death here, okay?
All right. That's what I want on a Monday morning.
It will not make you depart this life in a half a minute sooner, and it will ease anxiety in the hour of stress and the grief for the loved ones left behind. So, get your lot now.
Wow.
The Glasgow Cemetery lot sale at a big reduction is now in full swing. The new blueprints help in choosing. The present scale of prices graduated from $5 per grave space and up. The standard of upkeep will be maintained the same throughout. If you want to buy one, call the telephone. Death can call this number, 83.
See, that's weird now.
Call us at 83.
Not picking up the phone.
Picking up a sale on cemetery lots, no less.
That's it. I mean, I don't know.
In one of the most beautiful cemeteries you would ever set foot in.
Yeah, how do you know it's beautiful? If I mean once you get there, you're going to be dead.
Yeah, but it's beautiful on the way, I can tell you. I was up there yesterday. Anyway, That was 1928. 1938, listen carefully to this story. The only mechanized troop in the United States passed through Glasgow en route from Fort Knox to Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, to take part in the big Army maneuver in Georgia and Tennessee. Local residents turned out en masse to view the passing troops. Sadly, an accident which happened on the Tompkinsville Highway near Boyd's Creek caused the death of Sergeant Frank Bruno when one of the tractor chains broke on the tank which he was riding.
Wow.
2 other soldiers, Private Sanders and Private Jackson, were seriously hurt but were rushed back to Fort Knox by ambulance. All right, so the reference here is to the only mechanized troop in the U.S., which I think is the generic term for a tank.
Right.
And they were headed to Fort Knox, headed from Fort Knox to down to Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, and had a wreck out there close to Boyd's Creek on the Tompkinsville Road.
Right.
Probably in that dip right down there. And but anyway, it was they lost a soldier not in battle, en route. All right, 1948. Some good news here. Some folks being very benevolent. A beautiful set of 6 silverware communion plates has been presented to the First Christian Church as a memorial late. Mr. W.P. Combs, elder of that congregation for over 50 years. The gift was made by Miss Bess Howard, Dr. C.C. Howard, Mrs. E.S. Bryant, Mrs. Mitchell Ellis, and Mr. and Mrs. G.H. Fant. That's, certainly somebody that meant a lot to the congregation to get this set of communion plates there that were silver.
Oh, Henry, I've got here an addition to the archives.
Okay.
Now, Councilman Wendell Honeycutt would definitely be an authority on this issue.
Okay.
He said, do you know that it is against the law for people living in Bowling Green to be buried in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they actually have to be dead first.
So, well, that's true. And, so don't come over here and try to take advantage of our sale. Our sale on lots.
There you go. That's great. That's a great joke.
It is good. I like that.
I'm going to give Wendell 1,000 cool points for that one.
1958. This was the day that Henry Dickinson, the son of Mr. and Ms. Brent Dickinson of this city, will receive his Bachelor of Law degree from the University of Kentucky Monday morning at graduation exercises. Mr. and Mrs. Dickinson will go Sunday to attend the commencement exercises. It wasn't, it was last week in the archives when young Henry Dickinson had appendicitis. So we fast forward a week and we've gotten him out of law school.
There you go.
1958.
Time flies.
It does. It really, it really does.
It really does.
All right, this day in 1968, Don Froge, a Glasgow graduate and student at Auburn University, is part of a team that constructed an APT ground weather receiving station antenna.
Right.
That sounds pretty complex. Of course, today we know him as D.T. Froge.
Right.
But back at Auburn in 68, he was Don Froge and working on some high-tech antennas. Pretty impressive stuff, I would say.
He's done all kinds of impressive stuff.
That's right. Very good indeed from the archives.
When I first heard about him, somebody told me that he invented Post-it notes.
Well,
he may have.
I could have.
He may have had the initial idea.
Well, that's a whole other. I was thinking about there was a thing I saw on KAT this weekend about Hedy Lamarr. Are you familiar with Hedy Lamarr?
No.
Famous actress. She was a beautiful lady. Excellent. Hedy.
I'm looking her up right now.
Hedy Lamarr. And the thing is, in addition to being a beautiful actress, she also invented some technology that we now use today for Bluetooth telephones and things of that nature.
Really?
Yeah, it was something to do with rapid frequency switching. And this beautiful Hedy Lamarr also was a interesting, very, very smart lady who invented all this stuff. And she got ripped off. Her patent ran out before the Navy started using it.
Yeah, it says, let's see, at the beginning of World War II, she and composer George Antheil developed a radio guidance system for Allied torpedoes, which used spread spectrum and frequency hopping technology to defeat the threat of jamming by the Axis powers.
Yeah.
Said the Navy didn't adopt the technology until the 60s, The principles of their work are arguably incorporating the Bluetooth technology. Similar methods used CDMA and Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and so she didn't get 10 cents from it.
There you go.
But I was in this. The article said that technology today is worth $30 billion.
If only she'd got that patent.
That's right. That's exactly right. Anyway, how did we get off on that? Oh, we were talking about D.T. Froge and all of his neat inventions too. All right, let's go to 1988. We were talking about 1988. We were getting ready for the election around here.
Right.
In 1988, there was statewide interest in the Baker-Travis Senate race.
Okay.
It was a rematch from the 1983 primary. So there you had a couple of excellent citizens, excellent lawyers, excellent lawmakers. Walter Baker, Walter Baker, and of course Jolene Travis in the Senate race, 1988.
People need to get out and vote.
That's right. You can't,
Then you can complain.
That's right.
You can say, I don't like him. I voted.
This was a neat idea. In 1998, the Horse Cave Middle Schools learned a quick lesson in life when they attended the reality store at Hart County High School. Now, I wonder if that was grooming them to go to the next level in high school or what?
Now, what year was this?
98.
And it was a Horse Cave Middle School?
Horse Cave Middle School.
There is no Horse Cave Middle School.
Well, but I know, but this is the way that it was written.
That's
in
fake
the
news.
Written in the what publication? This is the Glasgow Daily Times.
I take it back.
Horse Cave Middle School. I'm guessing that's the Caverna Middle School. Yes.
What did they do? They went where?
They went to the reality store at Hart County High School.
Reality store?
Yeah, and so that's what I'm thinking is the reality store was some way to learn
about reality.
The reality of going to be in high school.
I'd say so.
And finally, in 2008 here, we've got new seatbelt signs this day were noted at all Barron County schools. It's just important to put the seatbelt on. And there's some new signs up at the Barron County schools saying, get that seatbelt on.
I never understood, though, you can ride without a helmet, but you got to have a seatbelt.
It's one of those things that are, they're difficult to explain.
There you go.
All right. We've been all over the world today, from Hedy Lamarr to
That's okay.
All types of interesting things today.
Right.
The archives, and we'll be cranking it up for tomorrow. Election Day archives coming at you. We always look forward to that. So you be sure and join us. Okay. 67 degrees. Thanks to our sponsors, Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services. They do enjoy being a part of the archives, and we really are tickled to have them. Hello.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers.
Today, we're patting on the back Wayne and Joy Wilson, as requested. Let's see here. This was requested to be patted on the back on their anniversary, which was the 15th of May. But it was a big anniversary. It was the silver wedding anniversary for Wayne and Joy Wilson, number 25. And we need to jump in here and pat on the back Wayne and Joy Wilson, congratulate them on their 25th wedding anniversary. You need to know that you're good as gold. From WCLU. And a little taste of Texas.
Coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Hi, I'm Helena Chase Birdwell. I was raised right here in Barron County, and generations of my roots grow deep here. I have spent my career serving people in local, state, and federal government offices, and I want to continue that by serving you, the people of Barron County, as your next Barron County clerk. If elected, I will bring fresh ideas to the office while continuing the excellent work the office already does. On May 22nd, I need your support. Vote Helena Chase Birdwell for Barron County Clerk.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
101 at WCLU. Let's check out the weather forecast for today in behalf of the good folks at South Central Bank.
Doesn't look like we should see any kind of widespread severe weather with any of the scattered showers and storms on this Monday, but some of the stronger storms could produce some locally heavy rain, gusty winds, and we are headed up to the low to mid-80s. Tonight, any scattered showers and storms should be isolated to the early part of the night. Overnight low falls back to the mid to upper 60s. Look for those showers and thunderstorms. Again, scattered variety 4-hour Tuesday and especially early. Afternoon high, low to mid-80s. Any showers on Wednesday should end by midday. Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
It's looked like rain a whole lot more than it actually has rained, but actually yesterday we got a little bit, 1600s, 0.16 in the rain gauge yesterday. And let's see here. The barometer is at 30.09, 95% humidity. Southeast winds at 3 miles an hour, 67 degrees.
There is tremendous.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
What about it? You want to play trivia? You want to learn about something today? I'm ready to do that deal and talk about real deals. Long John's A&W has a lot of real deals like the Real Deal Meal.
Welcome to Long John Silver's, home of our new $5 Real Deal Box. Dive into our wild-caught 100% Alaskan whitefish, natural cut fries, hush puppies, dessert, and a drink.
Long John Silver's is putting burgers on notice with our hand-battered and fried to perfection Alaskan whitefish sandwich, fries, Cinepuffs, and a drink for just $5.
It's our $5 Real Deal Box. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
The $5 Real Meal Deal is the real deal. Long John's, Glasgow, and Cave City. All right, who's going to win a Fish and More dinner at Long John's? Here we go with the question. This weekend it was the big royal wedding held at Windsor Castle on the east side of London. Windsor Castle actually has over 300 employees who live there, including fender smiths. What is their job? What is the job of the fender smiths that work at Windsor Castle? They have over 300 employees there, And one of the I guess occupations, one of the specialties there is to be a fender smith. What do you do if you're a fender smith? Trivia.
Working on the carriages.
No, it's not right. Trivia.
Taking care of the automobile fleets.
No, it's not right. If you're a fender smith, what do you do? Trivia.
Mechanics.
No, not mechanics. You're a fender smith. What's your job? And I would say it's a big job. Trivia.
Work with security.
No, it's not right. Trivia.
They help maintain the castle.
No, it's not right. The fender smith. Well, I mean, that probably is right, but the fender smith very specifically has a job. What is that job?
Working in the gardens.
No. Trivia.
Yes, they are employed to clean and repair the metal fenders before fireplaces and mansions.
Say the last part of that.
And mansions or castles.
You're getting close. Trivia. What's the job of the fender smith? Trivia.
They make the fenders that goes on the carriages.
No, it's not right. That's what I'd have said, though. Trivia.
Was it to clean out the fireplaces?
You're getting close. Work at it. What is the job of the fender smith? Trivia.
Polish the silver.
No, it's not right. Trivia.
Lighting the fireplace.
That's the word. Who is this speaking?
Sharon Gilson.
What are you doing, Sharon?
You made me work hard for it this morning.
Yeah. So, what do you know about? Do you know how many fireplaces there are in Windsor Castle?
Oh, I would say a massive amount.
300.
Mm-hmm.
There are 300 fireplaces in Windsor Castle, and what's interesting, Sharon, is the fender smith's job and only job is to light the fires. Now, if you've got a cold front coming through and you got 300 fireplaces to deal with, it could be pretty massive. But and also, when I was reading about the fender smiths, it's one of those positions that's passed down from family to family. There's, like probably back in the 1300s, there was a fender smith, and maybe his son got the job later, and the next son got the job, and on down. And so there's a family history of not only the royalty, but also the family history of the fender smiths. Now,
well, I would imagine with 300 fireplaces, they would have to have more than one person.
Yeah, I'd say there's more than one fender smith. It might be a whole bunch of smiths. Might be the Smith family. But now somebody got close because the actual term originates from the metal that goes around the fireplaces, which are called the fenders. Somebody was getting on that, but I don't think they work on that very much. But truly what a fender smith does is light the fire and keep it lit and keep it going and all that. And if you read about this, it's tricky to have that many fireplaces and keep the smoke out of the house.
I would say so.
You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, I've lit just one, and it's got smoke everywhere.
Well, now you can go to Long John's, okay, Sharon?
Thank you, Henry. I sure will.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, that's right. If you work as a fender smith in any castle, particularly like Windsor Castle, your job simply is to light the fire. And it's a position of honor and probably a great deal of skill, too. So that's what we have from the weekend of watching the wedding. And we'll certainly go down a different pathway tomorrow. Thanks to Sharon Gilson. Thanks to everybody for letting us have fun playing trivia. And we'll fire it up, so to speak, again tomorrow.
CBS News Update. A vigil in Santa Fe, Texas, for victims in the latest school massacre. 10 people gunned down, 2 teachers, 8 students, and we are learning more about what it was like in those classrooms as the shooting was going on. CBS's Omar Villafranca.
There was one mother who wrote an open letter on Facebook basically saying that her daughter, who survived, hid in a closet that was in one of the classrooms, and they could hear him in the other rooms basically taunting other kids and saying woohoo while he was shooting.
Also coming out, stories of what if, like this mother of a student who was not in class Friday.
My son didn't go to school Friday, and it was by God's grace that he wasn't there. He's a freshman, and he would have been in that art class.
The first victim's funeral Sunday for Pakistani exchange student Sabika Sheikh. No school in Santa Fe, Texas today or tomorrow. CBS News Update, I'm Jim Taylor.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, total local care 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total local care 24/7.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Good morning from WCLU. It's 14 minutes after 7 o'clock and 67 degrees as we get our start. And Jeff Eno is working at the Weather Channel. He says no heavy storm activity today, but still pretty good chance of some shower activity. We'll check in with Jeff in a minute. Let's go to the newsroom now. News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. Kentucky State Police say that yesterday afternoon's accident on I-65 was a fatality. 74-year-old Charles Elsie of Louisville was driving the 2018 Hyundai Tucson northbound on 65 when his vehicle exited the roadway, struck a disabled commercial vehicle, which was parked in the emergency lane. The commercial vehicle was an 04 International semi-truck and trailer combination. It was occupied by 48-year-old Robert Humphrey of Johnson City, Tennessee. Elsie was transported to the medical center in Bowling Green by Medical Center EMS. However, he succumbed to his injuries a short time later. No other injuries were reported, according to state police. And you can go on WCLUradio.com to meet Rosie. Rosie is a 2-year-old retriever and Brawa's Pet of the Week. Connie Greer with Brawa says she loves playing in the yard and with all her friends. You can stop by Brawa anytime during normal business hours to meet Rosie or any other wonderful pets they have. You can also call the shelter at 270-651-7297. Greer adds, if adoption isn't an option for you, volunteering can be very rewarding. Every homeless animal at Brawa needs a little extra love, so come on in and share it. Alice Lundergan Grimes predicts a 30% turnout for Kentucky primaries. Kentucky's chief election officials saying that the highest voter turnout in nearly a decade is expected tomorrow. Allison Lundergan Grimes said she expects 30% of the state's 3.3 million registered voters to participate in tomorrow's primary. About 32% of Kentuckians voted in the 2010 midterm primaries. In a news release, Grimes said she believes the electorate's going to get up, get out, and get loud. She noted turnout's been dismal the past few cycles, with just 20% of voters participating in the 2016 presidential election, 12% in the governor's race. Nearly 25,000 people have already cast absentee ballots as of Monday, and another 12,000 have been mailed to people who requested them. The nation's making progress toward full employment, according to recent data, but don't blame the so-called gig economy. A new report from the Economic Policy Institute shows the impact of tech companies such as Uber has been overrated. Lawrence Mischel with the Institute says widely publicized hourly earnings for Uber drivers frequently leave out expenses that the independent contractors have to cover, including more than 30% in fees the company takes off the top, health insurance premiums, and significant wear and tear on their vehicles.
And have to pay extra taxes for Social Security and Medicare that regular workers don't. Then it turns out they get paid around $9.21 an hour. And that's in spite of the fact that half the Uber drivers actually have a college degree.
Uber drivers generate $25 an hour in passenger fares, but Mischel says the company takes more than $8 of that in upfront fees. The standard mileage expense for gas and maintenance dings drivers for another $5 an hour, and after taxes and bare bones benefits package, drivers walk away with just over $9 an hour. Mischel notes that's significantly lower than the $32 an hour on average that private sector workers get. It's also well below the $15 an hour earned by service occupation workers. A spokesperson for Uber said the report ignores the flexibility drivers say they value and cannot find in traditional jobs. The report also suggests that the gig economy may not be the future of employment, a boast Mischel says platform-based companies frequently make. He says Uber, with more than 800,000 drivers in a given year, accounts for as much as 2/3 of the total gig economy. But drivers only work 3 months out of the year and about 17 hours a week on average. Mischel says for most drivers, it's about earning supplementary income.
So you can't have a future of work of things that supplement your main job. The future work has to be people having their main jobs.
Mischel acknowledges that Uber has a big impact on the transportation sector, but says it would be unwise to count on tech platforms to reverse the biggest challenges facing a majority of the nation's workers: wage stagnation over 40 years and pay disparities for women and people of color. It's 7:18 a.m. on this Monday morning, 67 degrees.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Hi, I'm Helena Chase Birdwell. I was raised right here in Barron County, and generations of my roots grow deep here. I have spent my career serving people in local, state, and federal government offices, and I want to continue that by serving you, the people of Barron County, as your next Barron County clerk. If elected, I will bring fresh ideas to the office while continuing the excellent work the office already does. On May 22nd, I need your support. Vote Helena Chase Birdwell for Barron County Clerk.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
And in Edmonson County.
In more local news, Henry and I are going to run down the ballots that you can expect to see at tomorrow's primary. You doing all right, Henry?
I'm doing good. Getting exciting about the primary that's coming up tomorrow, 6 a.m. The polls open, and folks have been working. The folks here in Barron County, as well as in Metcalfe County, Hart County, and all the counties close to us. All the workers are ready. The polls will be open, and should be a good day. And as Secretary Grimes says, could be a record turnout.
And she's calling for 30%. That's while that's not a lot of people, that definitely is a large voter turnout.
Well, it would be something to be proud of aside from the election, to have that many folks get out there. And as you and I were talking last hour, it's really good to know that we have quality candidates. And it's easy to see that we do, that should attract a lot of voters to get out and make that choice.
Well, and as many people as complain about government, they need to get out and and cast their ballot.
Correct.
That's what I think. So let's take a look here at Barron County's ballot. Now, I want to note, I want folks to realize that these are only primaries. So this is partisan Republican primary and a Democrat primary. Mm-hmm. And if an individual doesn't have opposition, they're not going to appear in tomorrow's ballot.
Correct.
So let's start out here with this is Barron County Judge Executive. We've got Gary R. Tillman and Freddie Joe Wilkerson in the Republican primary.
That's right. Gary, of course, was an ag extension agent for a number of years, and Wilkerson has been involved in JROTC and the military, and has been involved in real estate around here. Excellent candidates in the Republican primary.
And folks may wonder why they don't see Judge Executive Michael Hale on here. Well, that's because he's unopposed, basically, in the primary. So whoever wins this race will go against him in November.
Right.
So now let's go here to County Clerk. Now this is Joanne London's retiring, so this is a wide open seat.
Yes.
We've got Larry Hammer and Helena Chase Birdwell. They're going to appear in the Republican primary tomorrow.
Yes.
Now Larry Hammer, folks will know him from banking, and also from he's a referee. He calls ball games. And then Helena Chase Birdwell works in Representative Guthrie's office.
Yes, that's right. And of course, there's a Democrat running that has no opposition, and that is Sherry Jones.
Right. So again, just because if they don't appear on the ballot, it doesn't mean they're not running.
Right.
It just means that they don't have opposition in the primary.
Yeah. We're narrowing it down, so to speak.
There you go. And then let's talk about the jailer's race. We got 5 people total in the jailer's race. On the Republican side, we've got Aaron Bennett and Aaron Shirley. Now, folks, make sure you get the right Aaron when you fill the box out.
Right.
Aaron Bennett works for the Barron County Sheriff's Office. He's a deputy. And Aaron Shirley is a bailiff at the courthouse.
Right. That's the Republican candidates.
Right. And then the Democrat candidates.
We have incumbent Tracy Bellamy, who is first on the ballot. And then we have Justin G. Kirkpatrick, who is a Glasgow City policeman. And we have Lloyd Bean Jr., who has worked at the jail in the past.
Yeah, he actually retired from the detention center.
Right.
So, again, that's going to be your Democratic primary is going to be Bellamy, Kirkpatrick, and Bean. On the Republican side, we've got Bennett and Shirley. 2 Aarons, folks, so pay attention when you fill out the little box.
From the coroner standpoint, we've got 2 candidates. We have Jason Forbes. Jason has been involved in EMS work and has worked at the courthouse as well. And then the incumbent is Timothy O. Gibson.
Now let's move on here to Magistrate, 1st District. Now, folks, John Bennyfield's going to appear on the ballot, but he's actually withdrew from the race. So Scotty Mitchell's going to go right on through the primary. Now, both of them will appear on the Democratic ballot for Magistrate in District 1. But again, John Bennyfield's pulled out.
Yes.
Now let's move on down here to Magistrate in District 4. We've got Russ Mosier, Gary Allen Thomas, and Charles Shaw. I'm sorry, that's a constable in the 4th Magisterial District.
And Charles Shaw is the incumbent. with two challengers, Gary Thomas and Russ Mosier.
Right. Now let's go to the 5th District here. There's a lot of folks that are wanting this 5th District seat here for magistrate. On the Republican side, we've got Mark Bowman and Eric Spillman.
Okay.
And then on the Democratic side, we've got Chris Beckham, Beverly Bradshaw Harbison, and Samuel Kenneth Gray.
Mr. Gray is the incumbent in that race.
No, 5th District magistrate, that's going to be Gary Gillen's seat.
Yes, but, well, I guess that's right. Okay, all
Right, yeah, so that's going to be Gary Gillen's seat because he's not going to run again.
Okay, all right.
So that's another wide open seat, about like, well, that's the only wide open seat, I take it back.
Gotcha.
Okay, now let's move on here to the 6th District magistrate. On the Democratic side, we got 5 folks that are vying for this seat. It's going to be Sammy Monroe, Charles Allen, Candice Overstreet, Billy Hampton, and Gary Minor. Now, again, that's going to be magistrate in the 5th District. The 5th District is going to be over there around Cave City. It's going to be north and south there in the Park City area. And then Constable 6th District is going to be Sam Compton and Jason Logston. Folks, that's your Barron County primary ballot. So be sure, again, if you don't see somebody on the ballot, that just means they're probably running unopposed.
Just keep looking for them because, it can be a full ballot, and there's plenty of time for you to, pull the curtain and to look over the choices and to make your choice. And don't get frustrated just because at first you can't find the person that you had wanted to vote for. Could very well be there, just got to find it in the right place.
Right. Well, also let me add here, we got the Democratic 2nd Congressional District. It's going to be, this is a U.S. representative in Congress. We've got Rain, Olivia Sessions, Grant Short, Hank Linderman, and Brian Pettigo. They're all running for the 2nd Congressional District Congress seat.
And, of course, go ahead. You want to finish that up?
No, you can go on.
I was just going to say we're going to be on the air with our coverage tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock here on WCLU. And we'll be counting the votes and posting them for everybody to see. And you can hear your vote counted, but you got to go vote in order to hear it counted. So we encourage you to do that tomorrow.
Right. Now, Republicans in Hart County, you're getting the day off tomorrow. They only have a Democratic primary. For U.S. Representative, they got the same folks as Barron County, Sessions, Short, Linderman, and Pettigo. For Circuit Clerk, we've got Kayla Roundtree, Lori Reynolds, and Lance Struther. For Sheriff, we've got Boston Hensley and Zane Greer. 1st District Magistrate, we've got James Gary Puckett and Gary Gardner. And then for Magistrate in the 2nd District, we've got Randy Russell and Ricky Alvey. Also Constable 2nd District, we've got Terry Riley, Walter Bush, and Kevin Cox. And then Magistrate in the 3rd District, we've got Edwin Lindsay and Ronald Reardon. And Constable in the 3rd, we got William Tweedy and James Kersey. And again, that's going to be your Hart County Democratic primary ballot. There is no Republican primary in Hart County.
All right.
Now, folks, let's go here to the, this is Metcalfe County. And the Republican primary for a 1st Congressional District. County Judge, we've got Harold Stilts and Scotty Mosby on the Republican side. And then on the Democrat side for county judge, there's not a primary. That's only going to be on the Republican side. County attorney, we've got Barry Gilley and Sharon Bowles Howard in the Republican primary. For sheriff, we've got on the Republican side Wendell Sexton, David Irwin, Josh Neal, and Ricky Brooks. And on the Democratic side for sheriff, Dalton Bragg and Alan Huffman.
Okay.
Now, for jailer, we got all kinds of folks wanting to be the Metcalfe County jailer. On the Republican side, Randall Shive, Danny Hawley, Tommy Joe Young. And on the Democratic side, Chris Woody Bennett, Tommy McCoy, and Paul King. Okay, now let's move on here to magistrate in the 1st District. In the Democratic primary, you're going to see John Thompson and Kenny Scott. Magistrate in the 2nd District, tons of folks wanting this too. We've got on the Republican side, Eddie Welsh, Joe South, Kevin Crane, and Jason Tucker. And then on the Democratic side for Magistrate 2nd District, Coy Neal, Bobby Irvin, James Ray Fancher, Scotty Posey, and Deward Lyle. Now let's move on to Constable in the 2nd District. Josh Cole and Adam Bennett on the Republican side, Jeffrey Garman and Coy Neal on the Democratic side. Now that 2nd District, that's going to be your Center, Noblick, Savoyard, and Sulphur Wells area. Move on here to Magistrate in the 3rd District. In the Democratic side, you're going to have Coy Pennington, John Caffey, and Jonathan Vibert. And then let's move on to 4th District Magistrate. Tons of folks wanting this as well. On the Republican side, John Reines and Ronnie Miller. Then on the Democratic primary, you've got Dennis Tobin, Terry Knipp, Roger Jesse, Teresa White Hamlet, Eddie Shirley, and Doug Harris. And then let's wrap this up with Justice of the Supreme Court. This is a nonpartisan race. You got Dan Ballou, Deborah Lambert, and David Tapp.
Lots to keep up with, and certainly remember the polls open at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, they do.
So go ahead and make your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Plan on how you're going to get there and when you're going to get there.
Right.
And let your vote be counted.
For sure.
And join us tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock for the results. It's 7:29 now at WCLU. Jason Forbes, candidate for Barron County Coroner. Jason is a lifelong servant of the people of Barron County. With experience in EMS, fire, and law enforcement, Jason is caring, compassionate, and hardworking. The primary is this Tuesday. It will determine your next Barron County Coroner. Remember to vote Jason Forbes for Barron County Coroner. The right time, the right reason, the right person. Number 1 on the ballot this Tuesday. Paid for by candidate Jason Forbes.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. An officer-involved shooting is reported in Harlan County's Baxter community. It happened Sunday afternoon as Kentucky State Police troopers responded to a complaint at a residence on Country Estates Road. Officials say 36-year-old Bradley Grant was shot and killed after he charged at officers with a shotgun. The officers involved were placed on administrative leave. Retail and Entertainment Center Newport on the Levee is being sold. The Price Group LLC, which has owned the center since 2001, is under contract to sell it to downtown-based North American Properties. The new owners say they plan to make additional investments into the 17-year-old center along the banks of the Ohio River. All passengers are safe after an airplane veered off the runway and into the grass at a Lexington airport. Delta Flight 3359 was heading from Atlanta to Lexington during the incident at the Bluegrass Airport. Both inbound and outbound flights were affected by the accident. Cindy Kinney tells WKYT that she was waiting on a friend at the airport after the Delta plane swayed from the runway.
I was waiting for my friend. She's heading out to Florida, and I seen all the police heading down the runway, and she had called me and told me that her flight was canceled.
Delta apologized to customers in a public statement.
Battling good magic, holding off Bravazzo on the other Chargers, and Justify wins the 143rd Preakness Stakes.
The champ is back at Churchill Downs. Justify, the horse that is just one win away from a Triple Crown, arrived in Louisville yesterday afternoon to begin training for the Belmont Stakes next month. Justify won Foggy Preakness Stakes at Pimlico on Saturday. If he wins the Triple Crown, he will only be the 12th horse in history to do so. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
As a child, I can remember always being excited about going to Community Trust Bank with my parents, because I knew I was going to get a treat. It's funny, now that I'm married, have 2 kids, and just bought a new home, when it came time for a new home loan, I went to Community Trust Bank. I trust them, and knew that they'd be there for me and my family, just like they were for Mom and Dad. And now with 80 locations, there's no reason to go anywhere else but Community Trust.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
On the go this summer, take Campbellsville University with you. Sign up for online classes and save big. Only $3.99 per credit hour. That's less than half price. From the beach to the park, Campbellsville University Online will be waiting for you. Sign up today to take advantage of the special offer. Classes begin June 4th. Summer at Campbellsville University. Why wait when you can get ahead? To sign up, go to campbellsville.edu/summer. That's campbellsville.edu/summer. That's campbellsville.edu/summer.
Ugh. I was about to pull my own hair out. I've been driving around for the last hour trying to find a place for me and my kids to get our hair cut on a Saturday morning. I know, good luck, right? Well, don't pull your hair out. Stop in and see our friends down at Heritage 76 Barbershop today. Heritage 76 Barbershop is located right on the Glasgow Square, so it's not difficult to find, so there won't be any driving around looking for a place. You can go right next to the Plaza Theater. You'll see the barber pole right out front. You can stop in and see David, Anthony, and Cody, who have more than 50 years of combined barbershop experience. No problems if you want to stop in on a Saturday as well. They're open from 8 to 3, and you can make an appointment if you want to schedule your time, or you can just show up and walk in with the kids. Either way, you're going to lean back in a professional environment with a big screen TV and 3 barbers who can carry on a conversation and cut hair. Stop in and see Heritage 76 Barbershop, or visit our website, heritage76barbershop.com. Call for an appointment or stop in, but whatever you do, don't pull your hair out driving around on another Saturday. See Heritage 76 Barbershop.
Let's turn to local sports. Postseason play begins today for high school softball and baseball. In the 15th district,